Hi everyone, very good morning and welcome back to Crack Grade B. So let's start our topic of discussion. Its PDF is available in the paid course, right? Now let's start talking about the topics that are left. So today we'll be completing the animal husbandry, and along with it we'll also be completing the fisheries department, right? So the Ministry of Fisheries that have launched whatever kind of schemes for the development of the blue industry, that's what we are also going to see. So Veterinary Council of India. Now the topics that are left in the animal husbandry, they are small in nature, and along with it one more important thing is the livestock census that we need to talk about. ठीक है, so ये दो तीन important चीजें हैं जो बची हुई हैं आपके animal husbandry sector में. Over here what we are going to see, these are now whatever left is small topic, and you have to focus one or two things in these particular topics. Let us see how. So Veterinary Council of India is there, established in 1984. It is a statutory body, that means it has been developed by the Act of Parliament, and it regulates the veterinary practices in India. It lays down standards of veterinary education required for granting recognized veterinary qualifications by the institutions. It is governed by the Indian Veterinary Council Act 1984. So this is the act that governs it, Veterinary Council of India. Obviously, whenever a statutory body is there, just wait for a second. Yes. So Veterinary Council of India, as we understand that, okay, it is a statutory body, so it is a standard laying body. That means it gives the standards for the veterinary education as well as the qualification for the veterinary institutions. Next, we have the nationwide artificial insemination program phase 2. We do understand that what this program is for. Now we have to focus on to the points. So 500 villages or the districts will be covered. Villages shall be selected by the district magistrates or collector in consultation with the member of parliament, right? So this is the consultation process. These are the number of villages that we are aiming as of now, and it is covered under the Rashtriya Gokul Mission. Rashtriya Gokul Mission is a, what you can say, umbrella scheme, and under that there are various small components, and one of the component is also nationwide artificial insemination program. So the two statements that you need to figure out over here is this and this one. ठीक है, ये दो स्टेटमेंट्स आपको याद रखने हैं. नेक्स्ट वी आर मूविंग ऑन टू लाइवस्टॉक सेंसस. So livestock census mein you will see that there are population of various species have been given. So yahan pe you have to work like what you can say on a exception strategy. Exception strategy kya hoti hai? You have to what is the exception strategy? So exception strategy is that there are a lot of data. You need to see that particular data in form of exceptions. ठीक है, कि क्या exception है, क्या exceptional चीज है इसमें. Apart from that, one more thing that you can do for remembering the livestock population is that just arrange them in ascending or descending order. ठीक है, तो उससे एक आइडिया लग जाता है दैट ओके दिस इज द पॉपुलेशन दैट इज हैविंग द हाईएस्ट numbers, and then it goes on decreasing, right? I'm taking a YouTube live after many days, but I was doing the lectures for our paid courses regularly, so that was the thing. Now next is livestock census, conducted quite manually. That means every 5 years it is conducted in all districts. What we are aiming for is that we want to see the population of cattle, buffalo, sheep, goats, pig, horses, mutton, camels, donkeys, etc., etc. 20th livestock census, that is the most recent one, has been conducted in the 2019, covered all 16 species, a unique attempt for the first time data collected using the computer tablets to digitalize the house level data. Now this is the data that I was talking about, how you need to just findings you have to remember it. तो हम इसको कैसे याद रखें? Let us see this and what we have to remember. So that's all we will focus over here. Total livestock population is 536 million in case 4.8% over livestock census 2012, right? So this is the increase. So decrease to hai nahi, there is an increase in population. This is the number one thing. Total bovine population is 303 million. Total number of cattle 193 million. Exotic or the crossbred, that is also given at 51 million. Indigenous is 142 million. So what I'm just telling you about this is, what you can do is, bovine, it relates to the buffaloes and all of that, right? Wait, let me go over there. It is written over here. Bovine population means this, they are covered under bovine. Cattle, buffalo, mithun and yak. Mithun, I guess you might have seen in the movie Bhedia. That in that movie it was quite prominent. So ठीक है. So what I was telling you this, that how you need to remember this particular data. See, moving forward we will be going in the female and all of that, that you can leave. What is important over here is total buffaloes, total milch animal that they milk, right, in cows and buffaloes, that is 125.75 million. Sheep 74, goat population 148, total pigs there is quite a less number, total mithun and yak 3.9, and total horses and ponies is 3.4 lakhs. So over here if you will see, there is a decreasing kind of trend. आपको milch animal, there should be that should be remembered by you. This is important, right? Goat population and sheep population, out of these two we can see that the goat population is higher than the sheep population. ठीक है, so इसको एक थोड़ा सा आइडिया रख सकते हैं. And after that these are very small pointers, like if I talk about the exceptions, you see the number of total pigs that have been talked about, it is just 9.6 million, and even lesser than that we have the horses and the ponies. ठीक है, so ये खच्चर और ये घोड़े वगैरह, that is 3.4 lakhs only. It is not even in millions, it is just in the 4 lakhs. So this is how you can just the trick to remember this particular data is to go through this time and again. I'm not saying that the every day you can revise this particular data, but yes, like once in a while you can just see this particular data to have a look on it and just try to remember it. ठीक है, अब इसके बाद में ये बहुत सारा और डेटा दे रखा है which I do not think that it is important, like the camel population. Out of this, the total poultry might be a thing that we can remember of. It is 851 million, and quite a huge number of the poultry that we have right now over here. Stray cattle and stray dogs has been provided, not really important. Now see, exceptions should always be covered, and this is what is written over here. Only camels and the donkey population is showing decline trends over the last 4 livestock census. So kaun si population? Camel and donkey population, they are showing a declining trend over the past 4 livestock census. Now this is also an important data. Highest livestock population is in the state of Uttar Pradesh, followed by Rajasthan, followed by Madhya Pradesh. So these are the nearby states with each other: Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, right? Just remember that Uttar Pradesh is also having the largest human population as well. So obviously, जब लोग ज़्यादा होंगे, then the cattle or the livestock that has been kept by those people will also be automatically larger. So Uttar Pradesh is having the highest livestock population. ठीक है? Cattle population is in the West Bengal, then Uttar Pradesh, then Madhya Pradesh. See, this is the greater category, livestock. Livestock, that is the animals that are living, right? And they are helping us in the animal husbandry. A section of livestock is cattles. A section of livestock is the cattles. So if I say this is, wait for a second. If I say that this is the livestock, then these are the cattles. Okay? So cattles is a smaller part of the livestock. So out of all of the data that has been provided, I have to focus on to the first of all the population that is being declining for the camels and the donkey, exception strategy number 1. Apart from that, we also have to see how the other populations are. So we can see the cattle population, we can see the bovine population, we can see the poultry population. Apart from that, if you will just focus on the pigs population, that is quite less, right? So this is how you have to focus on to the numbers. Just look at them a time and again. If we talk regarding the highest livestock, I have told you that you can derive and make your own mnemonics, right? Like in whatever way you want to learn them. But this is my way, that highest livestock is the Uttar Pradesh, because I feel that there are so many mnemonics that we might forget it. So everyone has their own different style. You can derive yours, and this is what livestock census is all about. Let us see a few more data about it. So यहाँ पे they are telling you that which particular livestock which you will be finding in the different states, right? So buffalo population in Uttar Pradesh, sheep population in Telangana, goat population Rajasthan, camel Rajasthan, pig is highest in the Assam, mithun highest in Arunachal Pradesh, not very tough to remember, donkey highest in Rajasthan. So what you can do while remembering is that you please mix it. So donkey, camel, all of these are in the highest in Rajasthan. Then horse population highest in UP, yak, obviously they are found in a specific geography, and that is why you have to link them with the geography, and they are highest in the Jammu and Kashmir, right? Now this is the percentage that we are having. Out of our total livestock, 36% cattle, 27% goats, 20% buffaloes, 13% sheep, and the 1.69% is pigs. Pigs are quite less, right? And goats are even greater than buffaloes. So that's what we need to look at for. Tamil Nadu is having the highest poultry population. So this is it with the data. Now these are the breed wise reports and buffalo and sheep. If you want to have a look onto it, you can. Otherwise, they are not that much important. Means I will just give them 2 stars. So that's what this is for. The main data was really important. So you please focus onto it. Now next we have the animal quarantine services. Quarantine and the certification services. Now from the name itself it is clear. Let us see the functions of it, that what this particular body wants to do. So implementing provisions of Livestock Importation Act and the central government orders. What they want to do is detaining, segregating, observing and testing of the livestock for the import and export. See, when you import or export animals or anything related to the animal products, there are standards that are called as the sanitary and the phytosanitary standards, right? Those standards ensure that when you transfer such kind of living things or the products derived from those particular living things, they should be matching up a certain particular standards, right? So उसके लिए यहाँ पे आपको ये पूरा particular process करना पड़ेगा. That is the organization here for destruction and the disposal of imported livestock found infected. So if there is any sort of infection, they are going to be destructed, because see, through imports we also import diseases, right? So that is why this is really important. Before leaving them into the areas of India, we need to see that they contain any sort of infection. We already have seen this in the times of COVID, and we also see it quite frequently in forms of like bird flu is there, avian your swine fever is there, that is also called as the African fever. So pre-shipment quality control is also the function of this particular organization. Licensing with custom authorities, associate with heads of various laboratories and supervise the production and the packing of the livestock products which are meant for the export. So anything and everything that is related to the export, conducting the quality testing, cooperating with the laboratories around, right, packing as well as what you can say that label testing of the livestock products, all is the functions of this particular organization. Where are the quarantine stations in India? New Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata, Chennai, Hyderabad and Bangalore. Fine. Another important regulations, what it follows up, international health regulations, these are given by the WHO. ठीक है, ये WHO की दी हुई हैं, right? Next thing is illegal trade involving animal parts, zoonosis, that is ensuring human and animal health all the time. This particular term zoonosis, that means diseases that are derived from animals, also called as the diseases with the zoonotic origin. So anything and everything that is linked with the animals that comes over here, and these particular regulations need to be followed as well. Okay. Next is the sanitary permit system. So I told you that in case of imports and exports, there are standards that are called as the sanitary and the phytosanitary measures. These particular measures are there so that while importing and exporting any product which is related to an animal, we should ensure the quality of it. There should not be any infectious diseases, there should not be any contamination sort of, so that are imposed by all the countries all over the world who are involved in the import and export of the animal products. So sanitary import permit system, it is a certificate certifying India's sanitary requirement कि हम जो भी कुछ export कर रहे हैं that is fit to export, that is having quality to export, right? Next, we have the imports of animal and animal products. They are only allowed through the seaports, airports of Bangalore, Chennai, Delhi, Hyderabad. So there are designated ports through this can be transported, and this is just the what you can say, a certificate. We'll have a discussion on to it, Vinay. National Dairy Plan Phase 1. It is a central sector scheme till 2018-19. Not really important for us because now we are seeing the Gokul mission. For us, we do have a Gokul mission. So focus areas: fodder development, MIS, village based milk procurement, monitoring, genetic merit bulls, ration balancing program. All this is covered under now the Rashtriya Gokul mission. Okay. Now we will see the blue revolution, or the schemes by the Department of Fisheries, Ministry of Fisheries, right? So blue revolution talks about anything and everything that is related to the oceans and the oceans derived products, right? So we call it as a blue economy. I'm sorry, that is called as the blue economy because we are focusing on the ocean as well as its derived products. So blue revolution, we'll be using it for the fisheries related development, right? So blue revolution, also called as a Neel Kranti mission, what we are aiming for is for the fisheries. Outlay is 3000 crores, right? What is the goal? Is enhancing the fish production. Aim is to tap fish potential of India, inland as well as the marine sector. So both the sectors are covered. Triple production by 2020, modernizing the fisheries, employment generation. As I say that the skill development is also always a part of any particular missions, that is there as well. Economic prosperity of the fishermen. So I hope you understand the inland as well as the marine fisheries. Like whenever you do the fish farming in your local ponds, that is inland, as well as what you catch your fish, if you are catching your fish from the sea, that is called as the marine sector. You also have to see that India is highest in the marine sector or inland sector. So that is my question to you. India is highest, the production does comes from the marine sector or from the inland sector? Please search this for you as well. So total admissible government subsidy 40% project cost general states, 20% weaker SC/ST women and their cooperatives, 60/40 general states, 90/10 northeastern Himalayan region, and 100% will be provided to the UTs. Convergence with various schemes, that means what are the other schemes that we will be working with. So that is Sagarmala project, MG Narega, Rashtriya Krishi Vikas Yojana, National Rural Livelihood Mission. So these are the convergences that will be doing. Now next is components. Let us see this. National Fisheries Development Board. What is this board going to do? So fish seed production for obviously the fodder development, like we have done for the animal husbandry, as well as the cold chain development. For inland fisheries, development of the freshwater or the brackish water where we can do the fish farming. Providing input cost, cold water fisheries, integrated development of reservoirs, all of that is provided, the general things. Next is strengthening of the database. So 100% Central Financial Association will be provided. Monitoring, control and surveillance, national scheme for the welfare of the fishermen. So this is also the part for the fishermen benefits. So houses for the fisheries, drinking water, as well as the sanitation plus accident insurance, that is all is the component of your national scheme for the welfare of the fishermen. Take. Now let us see the fisheries and the aquaculture infrastructure development fund. For any particular scheme, we always understand that there is a need of funding. पैसे की ज़रूरत होती है. So for the fisheries sector, we have a separate fund. It has been launched in 2018. The outlay is 7,522 crores. Right? Target is, what is the target? Target was to achieve 20 million tons of fish production by 2022. So this was the target. Now what is the objectives of this particular fund? So as I tell you, the objectives will be very generic. ठीक है, objective अगर आप नहीं भी पढ़ोगे, then you can just skip this in the funds related thing. Why you can skip this? Because you have to see that in which year the formation has been made. Apart from this, what is the outlay? Objective तो well understood है that in the fisheries sector, this is the sum total of all the schemes. How it is sum total? Let us see this. So creation and the modernization of infrastructure, got that. Creation of marine aquaculture infrastructure, inland fishery infrastructure, reducing the post-harvest loss and the marketing capacity improvement, bridging the resource gap. So obviously, these are the 5 aims of this particular fund, and these are not the exclusive aims. The aims could be more. ठीक है, aims और भी हो सकते हैं. So as you can see, they are talking about the inland infrastructure, they are talking about the marine infrastructure, and likewise we have already studied this in the blue revolution part, right? यही तो aim है. So that's what we require fund for. So not there is no need for focusing on the objectives of the missions separately, objectives of the funds separately. Implementing agencies is what is required. So NABARD as well as the National Cooperatives Development Corporation, this is important. This you need to remember, that who all are the implementing agencies under this. Scheduled banks will also be part of it. Now what we are aiming to do, we aim to do the provide the concessional finance. Interest subvention is up to 3% per annum. This is the benefit on the interest that will be provided, right? For development of identified fisheries, a unified margin 0.6% towards the fund management. Now the loan points, its lending rate should not be lower than 5% per annum. Period 5 years, maximum repayment period 12 years, and loan up to 80% of the estimated cost. Not very important, but yes, can be provided. So that is why a one time reading is what is necessary. Maximum repayment period as well as the period, these 2 points are the most important. Now the implementing agencies, National Fisheries Development Board. Next is we have the Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana. A very important scheme has been launched in the 2020, right? So you can say that this is the scheme which derives the major attention as of now, and this is the scheme that has got the central stage in the fisheries development. So what are the aims? The aims are quite similar: harnessing potential, enhancing production, farmers income doubling, employment generation, enhancing contribution to the agricultural GVA. If you want, you can just skip it because that is just a one time read. Outlay is 20,000 crores, approximately 20,000 crores. Centrally sponsored as well as the central sector components are also there. Financial assistance to the general category up to 40%, and for SC/ST women it is 60%. So caste based segregation is also there. Just wait for a second. Yes. Next we have the other component. So this is important over here. Administrative expenses is 2.5%, not really important, but this part is important. So livelihood as well as the nutritional support we are providing to the backward sections of our society. 3,000 rupees per annum per enrolled beneficiary under this particular activity. With what we can just compare it. So you can compare it with the PM Kisan. Right, PM Kisan mein you are also providing the direct benefits, so that's the kind of same thing that we are aiming over here as well. So we are providing this to the fisheries families who are quite backward, and so that they can just conserve their fisheries resources. Now lastly, there are few small schemes for it, like vessel insurance, group accident insurance scheme for the fisheries, 2.5 lakhs for the permanent partial disability, and 25,000 for the hospitalization, 5 lakhs in the case of death. So these are the group accident insurance scheme for the fisheries. Next is technology infusion, more crop per drop, central apex committee, project monitoring and the evaluation unit, project appraisal committee. Now National Fisheries Development Board, it is a nodal implementing agency at the central level. What are these? These are the agencies, these are the institutions which are involved in the fisheries sector. यहाँ पे हमारे लिए क्या important है? For us this is important. Fisheries Development Board, this is all important for us. These are just like one time read that you can do, apart from that not really important. Major impact including the employment generation potential. So the fish production in the 2018 was 137 lakh metric tons, that we are aiming to increase to 20 lakh metric tons. This is our aim. Average annual growth, we want 9.9% in the fish production. Gross value added from 7.828 to 9%. This is what we want in the value added section. Exports, we want to double to 1 lakh crores by the 2024. ठीक है? These were little bit of aims, and lastly we have the fish farmer producer organization. Like we are what you can say, we are promoting the farmer producer organization in the agricultural sector. Same is the thing that we are doing over here as well. It was launched in the budget 2020. Why it has been launched? Obviously, see, there is a saying, right? The collective you, the united you is a greater power, right? So the same kind of thing we are aiming in the fisheries as well as the animal husbandry sector as well. We want the farmers to come together and pool up their resources so that they can be more united, they can be more financially resilient. So economically empower the fishes and the fish farmers. 500 farmer FPOs of the fisheries farmer FPOs will be set up, right? Next is promotion. It is 100% centrally funded, and the cost towards the formation shall be provided up to 25 lakhs, or the actual cost of formation of this particular FPO, whatever is less. This is our aim, that we want to increase 200 to 720 fish farmer FPOs. Membership there should be minimum members 100 in the plains as well as in the hilly areas. This should be minimum 35. Obviously, they are quite less populated, and to find people who are doing the same kind of activity might be difficult. So that is why the quantum is less over here. Implementing agencies, they shall do the efforts to increase the membership size to 300 in plain areas and 100 in hilly areas within 2 years. Now this is a way to future. This is what right now has been told, right? ये अभी कहा गया है that the minimum size is 100 as well as the hilly and northeastern states में 35 होना चाहिए. Implementing agencies are the fisheries departments of state level, national fisheries development as well as the small farmers agricultural consortium. These are the implementing agencies. And with that, we have completed your fisheries as well as the animal husbandry part. So this is it. Please go through this very quickly. As I have told about the statements of the livestock census, please do arrange them in the increasing or decreasing order, whatever you like. Focus on the population which are declining, right? Focus on to the livestock which are quite less in the number in India. What are the states that are having the highest population livestock wise? Kahan pe hai, right? Poultry is highest where, like poultry is highest in the Tamil Nadu. So these are the few things that you need to remember likewise in this particular segment. Thank you so much for joining in, and this is it for this particular lecture. Thank you so much.